Hello students, myself Mrs. Monalisha. We have already started chapter number 1 in biology, that is crop production and management. We have studied about crops, cultivation, patterns. Now today in the second part we'll start with the practices that helps out in agriculture. The activities that are carried out while growing plants are referred to as agricultural practices. So the very first step which is to be taken is preparation of the soil. It is one of the most important tasks in agriculture. It involves plowing, leveling, tilling and manuring. What is plowing? It is a process of loosening and turning the soil by using a plow. You can see the diagram or the figure at the bottom. A man is plowing the land with the help of the animals. What are the advantages of plowing? Makes roots penetrate deep into the soil and breathe. Helps in the growth of earthworm and microbes. The top layer of soil supports plants' growth. The soil is turned and loosened up because it allows the roots to penetrate deep. Hence, the exchangement of gases takes place and the earthworms and the microbes get to help the plants to grow. These microorganisms are also known as farmers' friends as they help to further turn and loosen the soil and also add humus to it. In the previous classes, you have already studied about soil and its content such as minerals, water, air and some organisms. So the various nutrients are released back into the soil which are again absorbed by the plant. Next we will study about tilling. The process of turning of soil is called as tilling. You can see the figure at the bottom. The advantages of tilling are removes unwanted plants, those are called as weeds, upturns the soil, destroy harmful organisms. While tilling or plowing the process, the top layer of the plant that is very healthy for the plant's growth. It loosens up the soil and bring the nutrients reach to the soil to the top layer that is used up by the plants. Leveling. The process of breaking big crumbs of soil by a leveler is called as leveling. You can see the picture over there. Advantages are beneficial for sowing of seeds, protects from soil erosion and promotes irrigation. What is crumbs? These are the big lumps or clumps of soil which has to be leveled. Leveling is not done mainly by the levelers and it is beneficial for sowing of the seeds as well as for irrigation purposes. Manuring. The process of mixing soil with manures is called as manuring. This you will study in details later on. The advantages are helps in increasing of soil fertility and add nutrients to the soil. Sometimes in the soil it is leaking nutrients, manures is added to it before tilling and properly mixed. Hence the soil is moistened. Now we will study about the agricultural implements. What are agricultural implements? These are the tools which are being used for agricultural purposes. Before sowing the seed, it is necessary to break the soil crumbs to get better yields. For that, various tools are being used. The main tools are the plow, the hoe and the cultivator. Plow. It is made up of wood and is drawn by a pair of bulls or other animals. It contains a plowshare and a plow shaft used for loosening and turning. You can see the picture, it is given in your NCERT book. Next is hoe. It is a long rod of wood where strong broad plate of iron is fixed to one of its end and which works like a blade and pulled by animals, used for removing the weeds and for loosening up of the soil. Next is your cultivator. Plowing done by tractor driven is called as cultivator. It is used to cultivate which saves labor and time. You have seen this in the farming practices. Now, these processes which are being done, the tools for agricultural implementation, these are very helpful for the plant's growth. Next practice we'll study is your sowing. First of all, the soil is prepared. Next is the sowing of the seeds. Sowing, the seeds are sown at appropriate depth and distance are called as sowing. The tools used for sowing seeds are traditional tools and modern tools. Sowing is the important of crop production as it helps in providing high yields. Before sowing, good quality, clean and healthy seeds of a good variety are selected. Seeds are soaked in water where the healthier seeds get settled down in the container, whereas the damaged seeds float on water. The question might be coming, why damaged seeds floats? This is because they are hollow and the rejuvenating power in them is lost, whereas the bottom settled seeds are dormant. That means still they have life to continue. Therefore, it is good method for separating good and healthy seeds from damaged ones. Some tools are there for sowing seeds. The first one is a traditional tool, a funnel shaped thing into which seeds are filled and passed down through one or three pipes having sharp ends which pierces into the soil and places seeds there. It is a tool used traditionally where and pierces into the soil and seeds are placed. You can see the picture, it is given in your NCERT books. The modern technique is your seed drill. It is a machine which sows the seeds uniformly at equal distance and depth. Nowadays, the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractors. It ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. It protects seeds from being eaten up by birds, etc. and it saves time and labor both. The third practice is adding manures and fertilizer. These are the substances which are added to the soil in form of nutrients for healthy growth of plants. The soil supplies minerals, nutrients to the crops. These nutrients are essential for the growth of the plants, but in certain areas, farmers grow crops one after the another and never left the soil uncultivated or fallow. In certain cases, the areas being continuously cultivating for crops makes the soil poor in nutrients. Therefore, farmers have to add manures to it. Manures replenishes the soil with nutrients and the process is also called as manuring. Next, we'll study about fertilizers. These are chemicals which are rich in a particular nutrients only, such as nitrogen, potassium, phosphates, ammonia, sulfate, urea, etc. These are produced in factories and most of them are used for getting a better yields of crops. Fertilizers gives a better yields of crops to farmers such as paddy, maize, wheat, etc. But excessive use of fertilizers make the soil less fertile and fertilizers are also harmful to the environment because they are the source of pollution, mainly water pollution. Therefore, to maintain the fertility of the soil, organic manure should be used instead of chemicals, or the field can be uncultivated in between two crops, which improves the soil texture as well as its water retaining capacity and replenishes nutrients. Some methods are there for replenishing. You can see field fallow, leaving the field vacant for some years, some months. Crop rotation, rotating one after the other crop. Adding manure, adding fertilizers. Now, crop rotation can be done by growing different crops pattern alternatively. From the earlier times, the farmers in India used to grow legumes as fodder crops in one season and wheat in the next season. The question might be coming, why such practices are following? This helps in replenishment of the soil with nitrogen. That helps the nitrogen fixation from the atmosphere into the soil, which you will study in further. You have studied about rhizobium in the previous classes. As rhizobium bacteria are present in the nodules of roots of leguminous plants, they fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. Difference between fertilizers and manures, as you can see, it's present in NCERT book also. You have to note it down. The advantages of manures is also given in your NCERT book. Kindly copy it down in your copies. That's all for today. This much you will have to copy and write it down in your copies, whichever is having with you. No need to go for a new copy till the lockdown period. The previous copies which you have for science, for bio, you can utilize that. We'll do the next topics, the irrigation and etc. Thank you.